If you have popcorn, does that mean you can get within arm's length of a police officer, ma'am? Is that how the law works? But if you have a camera, you can't get close? Just want to clarify for next time. I don't want to break the law, ma'am. Call her Popcorn Myers. That's your name, Popcorn Myers. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm recording you tonight. What's your name real quick?
Officer Myers, 6181.
I'm recording you on purpose.
That's fine, get out of the street.
I'm recording you specifically on purpose.
What I fucking tell you, I told you, I fucking told you. Look at this, you know what's funny? Her sergeant gave us permission to be there.
Oh, really?
That fucking sergeant.
Well, I'm gonna keep walking by. I'm gonna keep walking back and forth.
All right, everyone. We're starting with a scene that perfectly captures the chaos of the moment. A bystander stands just a few steps away from an officer, asking a question that cuts right to the core of selective enforcement. So, if I'm holding popcorn, that's fine. But if I hold a camera, it's not? In that single exchange, the air gets heavy. It's more than a street encounter. It's a snapshot of how freedom and control collide. What follows isn't just a random video, it's a reflection of how power behaves when someone dares to document it. And tonight, Officer Myers, better known as Popcorn Myers, ends up symbolizing that uneasy double standard.
Let's say we're standing like between the cop cars. Since you guys are standing there, right? And the cars are here, are we cool to stand there and just like, not like be up on you, but just like in the median?
But it's not illegal for us to stand in the middle right here at this time?
Since the cars are here, you guys...
so as long as you guys are cognizant of that, if we need emergency medical attention.
And if you guds gotta go hands-on or whatever the case, you know, medical pulls up, we'll get out, but we respect that.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
I already told you, get out of the street.
Is that a lawful order?
Yep.
It is?
Get out of the street. You're a pedestrian in a roadway.
It's a lawful order?
Pedestrian in a roadway. I need you to get out of the street.
What would be the crime, though?
Do so now or you will be arrested.
I just talked
get out
to
of the street.
your sergeant just told me I can be here. Why do you think I'm back? Yeah. We just had a conversation with the sergeant. He said we can stand here.
Okay, I'm going to double check.
Yeah.
As the footage plays, the man stays calm, keeping a respectful distance but refusing to back down. Officer Myers tells him to move off the street, her tone sharp, almost rehearsed. Yet the law doesn't answer to authority, it answers to what's right. The citizen stands firm, reminding her that wearing a badge doesn't turn discomfort into a crime. His stance isn't defiance, it's accountability. The onlookers can feel the tension build as Myers starts to lose her composure. What the camera captures isn't just dialogue, it's the precise instant when power begins to feel exposed under the light of transparency.
Man, this lady is a bitch. Go get that conversation.
I told her as long as they stay out of our way.
He's not. He's totally in my way.
Just stay out of her way, that's all
I'm not in your way.
You're in my personal bubble, though. Okay, and it makes me uncomfortable. I have weapons on me that are within hands reach.
You're escalating and you're raising your
okay.
voice. You've been
I need you to back
aggressive
away from
since
me.
the beginning.
Back away from me.
Is it illegal? I'm not. Is there a crime scene? I'm not interfering with anything.
No, but you are in my area. I need you to back away. You're
is that
within
a lawful
hands.
order?
It
You gave me a lawful. What's the law?
You're within hands reach of my weapons, and I need you to back up.
Like about a year ago, like I said, a year ago, she used my government name, said where I worked, and she knew what she was doing because she knows I post my interactions on YouTube. Simple as that. And I do need her business card now, so I will be filing a complaint. Nothing for you. If I could
The exchange escalates quickly. Officer Myers insists the man is violating the law, claiming he's a pedestrian blocking the roadway. But just minutes before, her own sergeant had said the spot was fine. The man stays respectful but doesn't back down. He asks her to confirm what the law actually says. That simple request becomes a symbol of something larger, how authority starts to crack when met with understanding instead of fear. Her irritation grows, her tone sharpens, and her reasoning starts to unravel. The camera never looks away. Every second reveals how intimidation steps in when reason runs out, and how control begins to slip the moment the truth is recorded.
A whole bunch of shit to my girlfriend a while ago, and then she's trying to give me unlawful orders and saying she's going to arrest me. And her sergeant basically told her to kick rocks, so...
You're within hand's reach of my weapons, and I need you to back up. I know.
Hey Myers, how come that guy was allowed to stand right next to you? I thought you couldn't have anyone next to your gun like that. Remember what you told me? It's just me because I got a camera or what? And because you were so rude to my girlfriend last time you talked to her? How come you weren't going to arrest that guy for being on the street?
Get out of the street.
Is that a lawful order?
Yep.
It is?
Get out of the street. You're
What's
a pedestrian in a roadway.
It's a lawful order?
Pedestrian in a roadway. I need you to get out of the street.
What would be the crime, though?
Do so now or you will be arrested.
Remember when you said you're going to arrest me for being in the street, but that guy was cool, huh? Myers, I think you got pretty girl syndrome.
Moments later, Myers shows a glimpse of what lies behind the badge. She claims the man is invading her personal space, arguing that because her equipment is nearby, his presence poses a threat. It's a familiar move, turning unease into authority and masking insecurity as control. But the man stays composed, steady in his rights. He reminds her that she's the one turning a calm conversation into confrontation. And beneath the surface, there's history. About a year earlier, Myers had reportedly tried to reveal his identity online, turning what should have been professional accountability into something personal. What's playing out now isn't about enforcing the law, it's about using it as a shield for retaliation. Through it all, the camera remains steady, documenting every second, so the truth can't be edited, buried, or denied.
You act like that because you're pretty and you're used to getting away with it. What's up?
Why do you guys all film the same thing? Wouldn't you get better footage if you guys split up?
We do. We split up. And we'll share each other's footage.
It just seems like you guys are following each other. It seems like you'd get more footage if you...
That's true. We do split up temporarily and then we come back just in case somebody's in trouble. I don't like him to get too far out of my range, you know?
Oh, so
just in case something happens to him.
Keep an eye on him?
We keep an eye on each other, yeah. So he'll venture off. He got some stuff over there. I might borrow that from him, stuff like that. So.
But they're two different channels.
Yeah. We share footage, stuff like that. But hey, man, I just want to let you know, I think I like your demeanor. You're cool. The reason I was recording Myers is because how rude she was to my girlfriend several months ago, and then I came over here and she was threatening me with arrest for standing in that median.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend. She does recording too, and she had an interaction with Myers, and she was really rude to her.
When was that?
How long ago was that?
Probably close to a year now.
About a year ago, yeah.
I was like, I stand over here, that light's
give
me a migraine.
Yeah, let me just turn that off for you, bro. So anyways, there was after...
Then comes the moment that lays the double standard bare. Another man walks up casually, popcorn in hand, standing just as close to the officers as the auditor did moments before. But this time, everything changes. No orders, no warnings, no demands for identification. The contrast is undeniable, and the camera catches it all, cutting through the tension like a flash of truth. When asked to explain the sudden shift in her stance, Myers goes quiet, her authority unraveling beneath the weight of her own bias. The citizen doesn't let it pass. He delivers the question that defines the entire encounter. So it's okay if it's popcorn, but not if it's a camera. That one line lands like a statement of principle, not sarcasm. It exposes how quickly power bends, when equality demands an answer.
Threatened me with arrest, and I said, hey, I talked to you, you already said we could be here. Like 10 minutes later, there was some guy holding some popcorn, standing like right next to her like this. Remember, she said I couldn't be within arm's reach. There was some guy right there, and I called her out on it. I was like, hey man, how come you're not threatening him with arrest for standing in the median, right? So that's all, man. It's just like, it can't be selective persecution, right? It has to be for everyone. So I appreciate you not discriminating against us because we have cameras. She just doesn't like it, and so, you know,
Yeah,
but you can't threaten people with arrest for doing something if they're going to allow others to do it. That's all.
So what's your policy? Like, this young lady doesn't want to be on your channel because of her job. She doesn't want it to get blasted.
This lady?
Yeah, what would you do for that?
Well, she's in public, so there's no
It doesn't
expectation of
matter.
privacy in public, right? I mean, you know that. So.
I'm just wondering from, you know,
I typically, I try
humanity.
Right. No,
You know what
I'm
I
not
mean?
trying to deny people's humanity,
Yeah.
but like, typically I'll try to keep people off if they don't want. Government
Can you blur
officials.
their face or something?
I have blurred people's faces before, but I usually don't do that because that kind of takes the point of what we're doing away. Because, like I said, cats versus United States, there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's
What follows is a calm contrast to the chaos before it, a noticeable shift in tone and energy. Another officer steps forward, steady and respectful, showing the kind of professionalism that reminds people why the badge can still represent integrity. His method is simple but effective. He speaks instead of commands, listens instead of lectures. The citizen, equally composed, explains that filming isn't an act of rebellion, it's a measure of protection for both sides. This is what accountability truly looks like. Conversation over confrontation, respect over ego. The officer nods, understanding that cameras don't create problems, they reveal them, preserving truth for everyone involved. In that brief exchange, viewers see the version of policing that communities want to believe in, one grounded in empathy, reason, and humility, not pride or control.
you know what we're doing, so
Yeah.
that's the whole point. And like, I don't go out of my way to record citizens. If I'm recording her, it's actually for her safety. I mean, you guys seem pretty decent, so I don't feel like you guys are going to be doing anything crazy, but that's what we do. We're just here to protect them. So
Yeah, and I understand, you know, filming us, and obviously I got no problem with that. I'm just wondering, when you have a citizen that says, you know what, man, I understand I'm in public, but I don't want to be on your channel, do you guys normally say okay, or?
if somebody says, hey, I don't want to be recorded and we're just in public, I'll keep them off. But if they try to like start a conversation with me, then I'm recording because I document every interaction I have. So if I don't mind keeping them off if they don't want it, but a lot of times people come up, like walk up to me and say, hey, I don't want to be recorded. And I'm like, I wasn't even going to record you, but you came up to me, so you're talking to me now, so now I'm going to record you. But no, typically, like if I go into a government building, I'll specifically try to keep them off. If I do record them, it's usually inadvertently.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, sir. Get pulled over tonight. Can I see your license and registration? I smell alcohol coming from the vehicle.
What starts as a tense encounter soon turns into a deeper conversation about rights and responsibility. The citizen calmly explains the legal foundation behind public recording, reminding everyone that in public spaces, there's no expectation of privacy, a standard reinforced by decades of Supreme Court decisions. His purpose isn't to provoke or embarrass anyone. It's about protecting safety, transparency, and truth. Every frame he captures becomes an unfiltered record, a reminder that real accountability grows strongest under the light of evidence. This is one of the simplest, yet most powerful acts of civic participation, watching, documenting, and keeping democracy alive through awareness. One officer begins to understand, recognizing that the camera stands for honesty, not hostility. But for Myers, the moment has already slipped away, not because of force or numbers, but because logic and constitutional principle leave no ground for denial.
Yeah. Is that an open container right there, sir? You got any weapons in the vehicle? Yep. Yeah? You have a valid driver's license?
Okay, driver's license, proof of insurance, registration, please.
The emergency brake's on, bud.
I don't know where it's at.
It's down here. You see it right there?
Oh,
All right.
you're here.
So, that shows the signs of intoxication, okay? So I'm going to have you step out of the vehicle here shortly. Alrighty, thank you for cooperating. Keep your hands so I can see it, okay?
That's cool though. You guys didn't have it towed. You guys are just gonna leave it here? That's right on. We like that.
She'll probably, a lot of times somebody will have like a friend come and pick it up or something like that because it's kind of not in a great spot.
As the night draws to a close, another scene unfolds just down the road, a separate traffic stop handled with calm professionalism. The officers follow procedure with composure and respect, proving that integrity still lives within the badge. But the contrast is impossible to ignore. For every officer who honors the oath, there's a popcorn Myers ready to tarnish it with ego and misuse of authority. The voice of the narrator reminds us, accountability doesn't end once the footage is posted. It begins with awareness. Every recording, every act of transparency builds a stronger bridge between truth and justice. When citizens keep filming responsibly and officers hold themselves and each other to that same standard, reform stops being a slogan and starts becoming reality. So remember, record with purpose, know your rights, and never let intimidation silence truth. Until next time, stay alert, stay principled, and keep the lens focused on what matters.